AJ Hawk and I will pick the entire slate. So obviously last night, the Jacksonville Jaguars covered plus 7.5 on Thursday Night Football. Tennessee Titans, New York Jets. Jets are getting 7.5 points at home as the Tennessee Titans, who might be without Julio and A.J. Brown. Do we have any updates on them?
Down to 6.
It's down to 6 because of that potentially. How do you feel about this? Titans on the road at the Jets, A.J. Hawk.
I like Titans -6 here.
All right. Me too. What is next? Let's go Chiefs, Eagles. Chiefs on the road in Philadelphia against Coach Sirianni. Chiefs are favored by 7.5. Coach Sirianni, your thoughts with the one-time Super Bowl champs coming into town a little bit wounded?
I'm just hoping we don't get fucking blown out in this game because that would not be good for us.
Okay, 7.5 is the spread. Is it still 7 now? What is your thoughts, AJ Hawk?
Man, I hate these big spreads, but I got to take the Chiefs at -7 here. I think a bounce-back week for the Chiefs.
All right, I'm taking the Eagles. Go next.
Wow.
Just because. I mean, we're 2-15-1 or something like that for the Kansas City Chiefs against the spread. And also, I will agree with most that AJ says. I made that decision earlier. This is one where I'm just going to go with the Eagles at home because E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. All right, next game, Panthers-Cowboys. Panthers getting 4.5 on the road to Jerry World. Undefeated Panthers taking on the potentially hot Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. AJ Hawk?
This one is tough. You know, I'm a big Panthers fan. I like what the Panthers are doing, but the Cowboys as well. I'm taking Cowboys, -4.5? Is that where
3,
it is?
I think, 3.5.
-3.5.
No, it's 4.5.
I'll take the Cowboys -3.5.
No, 4.5. It's 4.5. I was wrong. Like a lot of things, I was wrong.
It doesn't matter either, but yeah, I'll take it.
4.5, you like the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Me too. All right, what's next? Let's go to New York Giants at the Saints. The Saints. Okay, 7.5. Doesn't even matter, he says. Browns at Vikings. Me too, by the way. Browns.
It's not an indictment on the Giants. I just think the Saints are going to play well against them.
Sounds like an indictment on Giants whenever you went that quick and everything else was kind of I don't really like this much, but then you went.
Okay, Browns here on the next one then.
Okay, Browns -2.5 on the road at the Vikings. Home dogs is something that a lot of people chit-chat about.
They're hot, too. They're hot.
I like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go next.
Right.
This might be a mistake here. Vikings +2.5. All right. Let's not get crazy. I have no idea who's going to win that game. I don't think they do either. Vikings +2.5. Lions at Bears. Lions getting 3 points traveling into Chicago, which will only be the home of the Bears for the next 12 years before they move to Arlington Heights, which is an hour outside of the city. Your thoughts on Lions and Bears? Oh, my, AJ Hawk.
I'm going to have to go here with the Lions at +3. I think they get their first victory of the year.
Okay, Lions +3 you like in Chicago. Chicago averaged 1 yard of play last week.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Come
on. Hear me roar, Lions. I'm going. Yeah. Going with the Lions.
Good pick.
Could have been a bear, too, with the same roar. Had people going there. Texans at Bills. Texans are getting 17.5 now, I think, right?
Yes.
This has moved from 15.5 to 17.5 points. It will be 17.5 to nothing. Houston will be up over the Buffalo Bills when that game kicks off in Buffalo in front of Bills Mafia. One of the greatest baby things, gender reveals I've seen in some time. By the way, old buddy jumped off a very nice Sprinter van into a table that had balloons underneath. It exploded. He's having a baby boy. Next member of Bills Mafia is about to be born in however many months they need for the baby to be born. You get it. Bills Mafia, though, 17.5 point favorites over Houston on the road. Your thoughts?
This sure is a lot. Is this going to be the biggest line we see all year? Like,
Probably.
Have we seen one bigger?
Probably, unless the Jets continue the Jets. I mean, this feels like this is the biggest one.
All right, then I'm going to take the Texans with the 17.5.
All right, let's go to the next one.
What about you?
Colts and what's that?
You didn't make a pick.
No. What do you? I did. It's
Isn't
part
that
of the
what
show.
we're doing? Who'd you pick?
What are you talking about? Let's go. Colts Dolphins is the next one, dude. Colts.
What's going on here? What is there an inside joke I don't know about? You're not picking this game?
Give me the fucking Bills, -17.5. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
Just because. We'll never see this again. Have to do it.
Have to do it.
You know, and I like Josh Allen a lot, and I think what they've been able to do, 56 zip through 6 quarters in the last 2 games or whatever. I mean, let's go, boys.
Here we go.
Hey, here we go, boys.
Slam it.
17.5. I like the Bills, -17.5. And this, I'm making the same mistakes I've made the first 3 weeks.
I don't know.
It feels like I'm making the same mistakes I made the first 3 weeks. Here is the best prognosticator out there and literally saying something, stupid. Give me the other one. I didn't want to do it. You forced me. Let's go to the next one. Colts.
Stop self-handicapping, man.
I'm not self-handicapping. That's kind of my issue. Is I literally just dive right into something, and then I do get beat up a little bit afterwards, and I try to learn from it, because the definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result, right?
That's right.
That's allegedly a made-up definition of insanity. I don't think that's the actual definition of insanity, is it? No. Whatever the case is, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing the first 3 weeks when I've been losing. So I potentially should change, but I'm not going to. Give me Bills Mafia, the Bildos, and the tables, minus 17.5 in Buffalo. Fuck it, let's go. Colts at Dolphins. Colts are getting 1.5 points, traveling down to Miami. Jacoby Brissett, revenge game potentially. Colts quarterback Carson Wentz was once 2 sprains. Now he is just sprains, 1 sprained ankle. How do you feel about the Colts-Dolphins matchup, AJ?
I mean, his ankles do worry me. I like the Dolphins here at minus 1.5? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's go Washington Falcons. Let's go.
I guess you're with the Dolphins as well, is what you're saying.
No.
Jacoby Brissett.
For the shoe, dude.
Revenge game.
I mean,
You can want the Colts to win and pick the Fins.
Brian Flores is going to be dialing it up the pressure on Carson Wentz.
And how's Quentin Nelson?
I don't know.
He was carted off.
Great player.
Playing.
Very good player.
Great player. Yeah, he wasn't playing last week, and we did notice, 2 sprains fell a little bit there.
It's a win-win if you take the Fins.
And I picked the Colts every single time. They have not.
Yes.
Correct.
So I'm a good guy, actually, for the Colts if I do this.
Yeah.
Fucking give me Mr. 305, dog. Jacoby Brissett. All right, I got the Dolphins down there. I like Colts. Colts can't even win that without saying. If they win, I'm happy. And I'm doing this strictly to turn the tide. Washington and Atlanta. Big who gives a fuck. Your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, tough one to pick, but I like the Falcons here at plus 1.5.
All right, give me Washington then. I'll just
Yeah.
pick the opposite just because this one, who knows there. And my luck has been telling me, I should do that instead of just riding with you. Seahawks +3 going into San Francisco against Jimmy G, Trey Lance, and the 49ers.
What are the Seahawks? Who are they? That's the question. I'm taking the Niners here at -3? Is that right?
Yeah, -3 at home. And the thing about the Seahawks is they have crumbled late in games. Have they lost it?
Whoa.
They loved each other. Kumbaya, we're doing press conference going into the season. We're going to beat the dog shit out of the Indianapolis Colts week 1, on the road. We're going to do this whole thing. But 2 straight weeks in the second half, they've just given games away.
Yeah.
At some point this year, I'm
Niners.
not saying this game, though, the Seahawks are just going to rout somebody that they weren't supposed to. I hope it's not this week because I'm picking the other team.
Yeah, give me the Niners, too, especially after that heartbreaker last week against the Aaron Rodgers-led. Pal, I like Russell Wilson. I said I'm not going to bet against him. Then I did, and he lost for me. So now I'm going against a lot of my rules.
Let him cook.
Now give me the Niners. Let's go. I don't like it. Cardinals getting 4, going to Los Angeles against the Rams. NFC West here. Matchups obviously placed right next to each other. Electrifying top to bottom. This game is going to be insane. Getting 4 on the road in Space Station SoFi. Your thoughts?
Awesome game. You're right. This game will be fun to watch. I think there's a lot of anticipation for it. I like the Rams at -4.
Okay, me too. Let's go to the Steelers-Packers. Steelers getting 6.5 on the road in Lambeau. I guess Aaron Rodgers has never played against the Steelers in Lambeau or has never beat the Steelers in Lambeau.
Never played against them in Lambeau.
The Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Lambeau. What's that?
Same thing. He's never beaten him in the regular season, and he's never played him in Lambeau.
He's never played against him in Lambeau. So that means the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who started that game? We played the Steelers in Lambeau. It was a cold game. Who was our
One was
starter?
Matt Flynn.
And one was Brett Hundley.
Yeah.
Brett Hundley fucking maybe playing for a Colts soon, but all right, let's not worry about that. So that's crazy that Aaron Rodgers has, and maybe they'll intro him this week too, right? You think maybe?
Well, whatever their last home game was, it's going to be opposite offense defense.
Well, the last one was the defense, and I found it very fascinating that the first home game after COVID, after everything happened, they introduced
Defense. I mean, I don't know who makes that decision. I don't think that I think that's like a PR. I think that's just whoever. I don't know who does that.
Good.
For me, it was Chuck made the decision because Chuck, well, maybe somebody else made the decision. Chuck came up to me and said, and we should ask him about this next. Coach is up, Chuck. When he came up to me and he said, have you ever been introduced before? And I said, no. And he said, you're getting introduced today. And I was like, oh my God, I got to think of something. Okay. And he was like, Lish, please don't make me regret this whole thing. So that whole thing happened. It never happened. So I don't know who makes the decisions where, but I found that fascinating that you wouldn't intro Aaron Rodgers' first game. Like, I just always assumed, like, quarterback's probably going to get it. But maybe they saved it for this fucking dogfight with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers getting a chance to say hello to Lambeau. You know, with all these alleged stories, with all the people of Green Bay talking, oh, we're on the Packers side, we hate Aaron, and then Go Pack instead of the Go Pack Go sign allegedly happening all offseason, and the smear campaign that was potentially happening by Mark fucking Murphy to all the Green Bay Packers fans. Now he gets to jog out with that team hotter than ever. I assume we're both going with the Packers here, yeah?
Yeah, I'll take the Packers minus 6.5.
Me too. They feel good? You think the Packers feel very good about where they're at and everything going on, yeah?
I think so, yeah. They got to feel really good after their win last week. I think they're just going to keep that momentum rolling.
How's the chemistry of the team? Feels like they're all bought in all together, you think, if you had to judge it from outside looking in?
Yeah, it seems like it when we talk to Aaron on here on Tuesdays, and I still talk with people in the building. They all seem to be pretty good right now.
Okay, let's go Packers. And no offense to the Steelers. Please.
Listen, you
But it is,
all
though.
day. You love. There's no team you love attacking more than the Steelers.
That is not true.
That's very true.
Do not put that out there. Do not put that out there. It is kind of fun, though, because, you know, what I say to just Nick in tone here, it's also there's like 30 friends, you know, that potentially hear everything I say. Like, oh, you guys fucking dead over there, dude? That's a shame because, you know, when I would have to come play in Pittsburgh, obviously they would celebrate heavily my failures. You know what I mean? Whenever that whole thing would happen, so you got to give it back.
That's
but
fair.
I like when the Steelers are winning.
That's not what you just said to me at the water cooler.
Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true. I said, what if they're dead? I didn't say I didn't like them winning. I'm just, what if they are Look, Joe Batonio. Joe Batonio's just hitting his stride over there in Cleveland. He ain't fucking around, dude.
We'll worry about the Browns later in the week. I've been saying all week, actually. I took it on Monday as soon as the lines came out. I'm on the Packers.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Are you just not betting on this game or on Hammered Down? Or
I
what?
haven't bet on a Steelers game in a decade and a half.
Is that the problem? Maybe we need to turn it back around.
No.
You brought in old King Hermes onto the chest there or whatever.
They need
He's
you.
here. He's still here.
All right. So we both got the Packers. Let's go to the next game. That's a big game, by the way.
Huge.
Big game.
Remember, while that game's playing, there is the Yellowwood 500 happening.
That's right.
About lap
That's right.
115.
That's over there on NBC. All right, let's go to the next game.
Can't wait.
What's Yellowwood?
It's something.
Biggest race in Talladega.
One of the
year.
bigger races
It's
of
a
the NASCAR season.
Smaller
AJ.
version of the redwood tree.
Yeah, it has forest, but we don't hear about it enough. You know what I mean? And the Yellowwood 500. Look at there, lap 2 going around
Why
for
is
the
it Jeff
24
Gordon?
car.
Jeff Gordon
It's
retired?
not Jeff Gordon.
Bill Byron.
Will Byron, dude.
Hey, down there in the rainbow car, coming on out there. What is going to happen there? What's going to go down the Yellowwood 500?
Yellow Wolf is singing the national anthem.
He took over for Jeff Gordon.
Hey, Yellow Wolf had a couple smashes.
He did.
Couple smashes. Shout out Yellow Wolf.
Shout
dude.
out.
You know who that is?
No, I don't know what their smashes would be.
Do you know what Yellow Wolf is?
I don't think so.
White rapper. Used to go very hard. Very, very hard. I believe Trailer Park, rapper style, I believe.
Yeah, Hamsky.
Yeah, he goes very hard.
Very reminiscent of Bob Ritchie.
Not at all. Lil White, maybe, okay? But I think what you said there,
He's not a rapper, is he?
shoot. I mean, he has before. Ball with the ball, the bang, the bang,
bang,
diggy.
beat, yeah.
But now he says a lot of things that do not need to be shoehorned into a show, especially whenever we're talking about Yellow Wolf, who never gets any love. Jeez Louise. Let's go to the next game, please. Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. All right, Ravens, Broncos. Ravens are favored by 1 going in to Denver, Mile High. The alien, the anomaly, Lamar Jackson going up against the undefeated Teddy Two Gloves. I saw Von Miller golfing with Caleb Presley on the internet. Von Miller might be 295 pounds of pure muscle. I did not know he was that large of a man until he was standing next to Caleb Presley, and I did not know that is something. I thought Von was like kind of undersized.
Has he bulked up? When Bulk was in the Super Bowl, when Vaughn played in the Super Bowl, he was like 228 or something.
He was wearing I always thought he was undersized and quick and just like had this explosivity.
He is powerful as hell too for how big he is.
Bingo, yeah, and I think that's like maybe he's got like that farm strength too. Like I think out there, I saw him in a golf polo with Caleb. I don't know what's coming to that. He is fucking massive. I did not know that. That Broncos team is rolling. Your thoughts on Ravens Broncos, AJ Hawk?
I like the Broncos here at +1. So I think I love the Broncos defense. I really do. I love Vaughn and what they can do. And I think Teddy is good as well. So I think the Broncos people are still sleeping on the Broncos, aren't they?
Yep.
For some reason.
Yeah.
I guess you got to prove it. Like every other team, you got to prove to us that you can play
Jets,
towards
Giants,
the end of the
Jags.
season.
Yeah, they haven't really played anybody of significance. Now, the
Everybody's
Jaguars are better than we thought. Yeah, everybody's good. You're right. Everybody can win a game. Understandable. But Jets, Giants, Jags are the 3-0 for the Broncos. And,
Yeah.
I think that's going to say something. So with that being said, I'm going to Baltimore tonight. All right. I'm going to try not to get any diseases from Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Good luck with that.
I will try to eat the best crab cakes on earth from Jimmy's, though, without having to, have any interaction with them. I'll figure that whole thing out. I'd like to get a vibe of the city on the Ravens first before I make a pick here.
Okay, that's
smart.
fair.
Is that all right? Can we postpone this till tomorrow? Can I punt this until a Saturday?
Sure.
I just want to see how Baltimore is. I just want to see how the city's feeling. I want to see a 66-yard field goal. Is everybody is there a hangover potentially happening from celebrating that so hard up there in Detroit? A game that, they probably expected to win came down to one of the most entertaining plays in the history of the game to win that thing. I just want to see how the hangover is over here. With that being said, I'm going with the Ravens. Fuck it.
Wow.
I'm going with the Ravens. Next, Bucks in Foxborough.
Here we go.
Handsome Tom Brady travels back to a place that he called home for 20 years. Handsome Tom Brady, the man with the most Super Bowl rings in NFL quarterback history, is going back to take on a man who is potentially treating him like a child well into his 40s. Rob Gronkowski, who was not practicing all week with a rib injury, is back on the field, full participant, going back into Foxborough to potentially dance on the team that tried to trade him to Detroit at one point. Antonio Brown got sent out of town. He's going back up there.
Whoa.
There will be conversations about this game for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. At the NFL 200-year anniversary festival, they will chat about the first time Tom Brady went back to Foxborough to take on Bill Belichick post the greatest dynasty in the history of professional sports. AJ Hawk, your thoughts on this matchup, your pick on this game that is going to be watched by millions and millions. Probably tens of millions if I had to. Yes, tens of millions of people will watch this. This is going to be massive on Sunday night, AJ.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like the Bucks at -7 here, but it starts to. I'm not self-handicapping, but remember when when Peyton played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl? I remember week leading up to it saying, "Oh man, it's just how do I pick against Peyton? It's so hard to pick against Peyton." First snap of the game goes over his head for a safety in his own end zone, and they just got worked in that Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen, but I remember when a lot of people were on one side, stuff like that tends to happen. But that's not going to happen here. The Bucks are going to be all right.
Yeah, there's the reason why the sports books are rich, because normally when everybody's on one thing, normally the casinos and they have chandeliers for a reason. Normally they are winning that thing. But I think what you're forgetting about is the Legion of Boom that was also over there. I'm not sure this is the Legion of Boom for New England's defense. Now, they got veterans up there. Bill Belichick's always going to have a great strategy, always going to have – that guy wins games by himself as a coach, but he's not going to be able to be on the field. I have thought this all week, and I enjoyed that Connor finally got to a position where he saw a way for the Patriots to win this game, because it sounded like Patriots fans were even like, oh, we're going to get killed or whatever, but Tampa by 60, dude. Your thoughts, Connor, on this entire thing?
I mean, that was my thought on Monday. It hasn't really changed. I just hope for a good game, and then we don't have to turn it off at halftime.
Is that my bet, Zito, or AJ's bet, Zito?
That's your bet, and AJ's is 80,000.
Okay, so since I, a little bit more riskier, $10 bet will win you $81,000 from me. AJ, $10 bet will win you $80,000. We go clean sweep.
There
AJ
we
has
go.
been closer than me the first 3 weeks, but who says the tide doesn't turn this weekend?
Ooh.
I started 5-2 in week 4. Although AJ's 1-0, I got 6 more bets on top of that thing. Let's go ahead and clean sweep this. One of us. Let's go clean sweep this thing, AJ.